Squibb presents Academy Award. Every week, Squibb brings you Hollywood's finest. The great picture plays, the great actors and actresses. Techniques and skills chosen from the honor roll of those who have won or been nominated for the famous Golden Oscar of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. And now, E.R. Squibb & Sons, manufacturing chemist to the medical profession since 1858, bring you the distinguished actor, Mr. Paul Lucas, who won the 1943 Academy Award as Best Actor of the Year. Tonight, Mr. Lucas will star in the thrilling drama Watch on the Rhine, the picture which was nominated as Best Screenplay and Best Production of 1943, and in which Mr. Lucas won his Academy Award.
This is the story of a German who, with his American-born wife and their 3 children, came to America, passed through on a brief visit after Munich and before Pearl Harbor. This man was admitted as a refugee under the name of Kurt Miller. In the gentle hills outside Washington, D.C., this battered and weary family stood almost in tears in the heart of this sanctuary, the proud old home of the Farrellys.
I have always known, Sarah, that you must have grown up in a lovely house like this.
Thank you, Kurt. Children, sit down and be comfortable. My mother will be here directly to welcome us.
To sit on the couch? Is it allowed, Mother?
Yes, Babette, it is allowed.
But the door of the home was not locked. We just came in.
You find it curious to believe that there are people who live and do not need to watch. Hey, Joshua?
Yes, Father, it is strange. But it must be good, I think.
Yes.
Isn't it a lovely house? I'd almost forgotten. Look, the old portrait over the fireplace.
Rhine.